So whether he is composing, singing, or rapping, this multi-talented artist truly has a gift for music. Take a listen.
Time is passing by, how we live in a life, will we ever know?
Nice. So next week, with a little help from his friends, he'll be performing at New York's legendary music venue, the Blue Note. So please welcome to the Pix 7 Morning News, Chris Robb. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good to see you in person.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Great,
My pleasure to be here.
Great to have you here. So your upcoming performance at the Blue Note is called An Open Letter to Hip Hop. Tell us what inspired you to do this, why you called it that.
The whole vibe of the evening is just, I'm a big hip hop fan. That's just what kind of really took me further into the roots of all the music that I do, from funk to soul to jazz. It just, I learned about it through hip hop music, through the samples and all that. So this was just a way of just kind of paying homage to that. And we have special guests, Grand Puba and CL Smooth that day. So I decided, let's take it, pay homage and go through some of the music that inspired some of the great hip-hop music that I grew up on, and et cetera, et cetera. Just put it in and bring it to life with some horns, with some guitars, with bass and drums and keys. And, just we bring out the soul of the music, bring out the funk of the music, just amplify it in 3D so people can just see.
Because it's a language, right? It's a whole language, the music. And the Blue Note, by the way, is a whole vibe. If you've never been, it's a whole vibe. And you have actor and comedian Donnell Rawlings, who is a friend of the Pix 7 Morning News. We love him. We love his humor. He's helping you open up the show, right? So what kind of made you want to bring in a little comedy to kind of kick things off?
I'm a big comedy fan. Shout out to my boy Alex Kirtland, who has helped organize the show and produce it with me. That was his concept to bring Donnell in, who I'm a big fan of Donnell. I'm a friend of Donnell.
So funny.
And so we were like, hey, let's do that. That'd be awesome. This is actually the first time a comedian has been billed at the Blue Note in the history of the Blue Note.
Wow.
So that's kind of cool.
Okay. No pressure, Donnell.
Making history. We got to do it. We got to do it.
So you must have a bunch of other special guests performing with you.
There are some special guests that I can't really announce because I have to make sure they're there. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be a good time between Donnell and CL Smooth, the legendary song "They Reminisce Over You," Grand Puba with his history with Brand Nubian and his solo career. We have a lot to choose from from the catalog, and so I'll also be performing songs from my catalog, and it's just going to take people through a journey through that time. If you grew up in the golden era, if you grew up on the golden era of hip hop, or you appreciate that era, you're going to have a good time with this show. Yes,
and so you can't name some of the guests, right? But we do know that you recently performed with Dionne Warwick. So that's a legend.
Well, I didn't perform with her. I performed for her.
For her?
Yes.
Oh, what was that like?
Yes. It was amazing. She's a legend. She's so beautiful, such a special individual, and the classics that she's given us, they're amazing. So it was an honor to meet her.
What'd you perform for?
Well, she was getting an award the other day. I'm trying to remember the organization she was actually getting an award for, but a friend of mine, Yazara, who's a dynamic vocalist, we performed for her a medley of her classics, and it was dope. She was singing along, tapping her feet, so that was a blessing.
Gotta get you two in the studio.
Yeah,
that must have been
I'm always down.
That must have been so surreal, though.
I have a lot of these moments where I meet these legends, where I've worked with Roberta Flack, I've worked with Stevie Wonder, I've worked with Nile Rodgers, so many different people, artists that I get to collaborate with or just meet, and it's always just really a blessing because I grew up on the music. My mother was a music teacher, and she started me just appreciating music very early and really studying the music and what these artists were, the impact of the music. So it's a blessing.
But your talents go beyond music. I mean, you've got talents on the stage, behind the scenes a little bit. Can you talk about that?
From what aspect do you?
Well, you have a connection with the Upshaws.
Oh yeah.
On Netflix.
I compose the music for the Upshaws on Netflix.
Go.
Yes, I've been doing that for. We're on our third season. We're about to start our third season, and shout out to Wanda Sykes and Paige Hurst, who have me on the show. They're awesome, and it's a blessing. I've composed for different documentaries and TV, and I produce a lot of music in different
Jack of all trades here.
You're like a legend in the making
Yeah,
yourself.
seriously.
Yes.
And you know, your brother's Craig Robinson, who
Yes.
we love as well.
Awesome.
So to walk us through a little of the family dynamics here, kind of growing up in this household, what was it like?
Man, he is as amazing as he is now. He was always like that. He was always a little bit ahead of his time, and the way that he, his whole approach to life was very lighthearted, but focused and centered and serious when he had to be. And so it was a big inspiration to me. He started playing piano.
Wow.
My mother started teaching him, and he was I wanted to be like my big brother, so I was like, yeah, I want to play too, and that's what got me started. I guess focused so early on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Must have been fun growing up in your house, all that music.
A lot of fun. We every Christmas, every holiday, every day we did music.
I'm sure.
We performed and we did a lot of concerts and things like that nature.
Awesome.
Well, it was great having you on today, Chris.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming
you got
on.
great energy. I love your energy.
And you have a voice like butter.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like
Appreciate
butter.
you. Appreciate you.
Chris
so
will
much.
be performing at the Blue Note on Tuesday, November 1st. Shows at 8 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. Tickets still available?
Tickets are available. Yes, it's going to be 8 and 10:30 p.m. this Tuesday. It's going to be a fusion of funk, of soul, of hip hop, of classical, like a myriad of styles.
Everything.
And so, if you love good music,
Yep.
that's a good place to be.